Well, welcome back to the White One Able Garage. I just did a video on replacing the wear blocks for the Jerdan bed, and just cleaning up that day. The truck was idling fine. I was getting ready to put the bed back in place, and the truck just died. Did a little bit of cranking, no start, and noticed that the fuel pump isn't running. So we're going to go into that next and see if we can get this fixed. You've heard that saying, the luck of the unlucky. I'm lucky I'm home. I'm lucky that the bed was in the back position, so I have access to the fuel pump in the tank, so it shouldn't be too hard of a job. But I want to make sure the fuel pump is bad before spending that money. So we'll check some wiring, powers, and grounds. I do want to check the wiring first, because this is how they set up a ground wire. And we'll have to check the other wires for power. So the first thing to do is try to find the wiring diagram. Before I look into the wiring diagram, however, there is one easy check with the key on. Oh, now it's running. So what changed? What changed? That is crazy. It primed. Let me put this vent tube back on. So the key is on. I did play around with the ground wire. Like I was noticing earlier, I kind of suspected it was put together badly. So the pump's not running now. Yeah, still got an issue here. So I have a test light hooked up. What I did was pinch these two ground wires together. If this light comes on, we know that wire is good to the ground. I'll just have to reconnect this better. This is a gray wire. That's what they call prime. So when I turn the key on, that should come on momentarily. Alright, so we know the computer's working and the wires are intact. The integrity of that is all good. So let me fix this ground wire and we'll go from there. Another useful tool is power probe. So I've got this ground wire that's attached to a frame underneath this cross member. There's no way of getting to it, so how do you know if the ground is good? This tool is connected to the battery, and whatever this tip detects is what you have. In this case, we're hoping that we have a tone for ground. And just so you can see it, you have a different tone when you have power. So if that didn't work at all, you'd get nothing. So that's a good ground. This might be hard to pick up because it's a signal wire, so it's only a 5-volt reference, I believe. And that light should come on with the key on, but it'll be pretty dim. If I can touch the probe there, there you go. So we have checked powers and grounds. Everything is good. We have a bad pump. So I'm just going after the two fuel lines down here. In this case, they're number 16 millimeter or 5/8 will work. So I'll dig around in here. You all don't need to see this part. And since we are working around fuel and fuel vapors, I've got a brass punch here with a brass hammer. But for many years, all I had was a screwdriver, so do what you gotta do, right? I'm trying to find a tab here. It looks like they're all busted off. Yeah, I bent that one back well. May have to go and get a screwdriver. Yeah, I got my air compressor gun. Got all the gunk out of there, hopefully, so we don't lose any junk inside. Hey, you can change just the pump motor, but since this is old, it looks like it's been in here a while, I decided to change the whole unit. There we go. So this is meant to fit many applications, of course, and this beam here is in the way, so I had to bend these tubes down a little bit to clear. So I just finished putting in the lock ring, and it's just a matter of getting the lines hooked up in our electrical cable. Fuel lines hooked up, vent lines are hooked up. I've got this ground to connect to that wire, but I do have some of this loom here, so this is a little bit of overkill, but make it look nice and protect our wires a little more, so I'm going to put this on. So I took that loom I had, wrapped it up on the vent pipe here, made the ground wire. I should have showed that, but it's just a blade type connector where I can, if this ever has to come out, they just take the tape off, separate that, disconnect this connection here, and then that can all come out. So to keep the warranty intact on this, we have to change the fuel filter. So we'll do that next. All right, I think I got everything. I changed the fuel filter. I want to turn it on and get the prime, check for leaks. It's so quiet I didn't hear it run. Okay, nothing's leaking. It's the next day. I don't see any fuel on the ground, so that's a good thing. I just want to make sure we get a good start in the truck here. That pump is quiet. Yep, so we're all good to go. Hey, I wanted to say thank you to Igor for giving me the shirt. He's over in England working out of a nice garage that he found not too long ago. Sure beats working out of the driveway he had. He can get out of the rain now. But I appreciate his support. I appreciate all your support. I do appreciate each and every one of you for watching, and I like seeing comments, see who's hanging out. So that's it for this video. I'll see you next time.